In the beginning, we meet Sebastian Schlenkst-Wohnert. I'll just call him Sebastian. He's a bank teller living in Potsdam, Germany. His life is pretty dull. He has same boring routine. Home to work, work to home. But there's one thing he's obsessed with. No, it's not women. It's cracking safes. He's absolutely crazy about breaking into locks and vaults. Right now, he's filming a video for his brand new YouTube channel. He tells an exciting story about a legendary locksmith named Hans Wagner. Wagner spent his whole life to just build 4 incredible safes. The first safe name is Rheingold, second one the Valkyrie, the third one the Siegfried, and the last one Gotterdammerung. These 4 safes are the safest in the world. No one can break them. And no one knows where are these safes. It's one of the biggest mysteries in the world. After explaining the whole story, Sebastian uploads the video on his YouTube channel. But he don't get any views on his videos. It's quite relatable. He's frustrated thinking why I'm not getting any views, and then he goes back to work. During his lunch break, Sebastian checks his YouTube channel and notices something shocking. His latest video finally got his first view, and also a comment from a mysterious anonymous user. In the comments, there's an address given, along with a note saying, if you want to show your safe cracking skills, Sebastian, then reach this place on time. Sebastian becomes quite curious and decides to go. Later, Sebastian arrives on location. It's a dark warehouse. Inside, there is many people, and Sebastian was thinking, what's going on here? And then a girl announces his name saying he's our last competitor. Basically, it's a vault cracking competition, and before Sebastian can even think, the game starts. Game rules are simple. The first 4 people who open the vault will win the round. Others will be disqualified. As the game starts, everyone begins breaking vaults. Sebastian does the same, but before he can do anything, another guy breaks the safe. Then, one by one, 2 other people also manage to break their safes. In the last minute, Sebastian finally breaks his. The next round begins with tougher vaults. The first guy and Sebastian both manage to break them. Now it's time for the final round. Both are ready, and Sebastian is confident in his skills. He manages to break the vault and wins the tournament. Everyone cheers for him, and in the middle of the crowd, Sebastian's eyes fall on a stunning woman. It feels like he's lost in her eyes, until suddenly the lady disappears. The next day, Sebastian is back to his boring routine when, out of nowhere, he runs into Gwendolyn, the same lady from the last night. She has come to meet him and says she was the one who left the comment on his YouTube video. Then she gets straight to point, saying she wants him to join her in an insane plan to steal the 3 legendary Wagner safes. Gwendolyn tells Sebastian she wants him as the team's safecracker. Sebastian is thinking, is she out of her mind? She's telling me to be a thief? Gwendolyn wants Sebastian's help because no one knows Wagner's safes better than him. She persuades him, saying, don't you want to crack the world's most secure safes? And before leaving, she slides him her business card saying, you have 1 day to decide. That night, Sebastian can't stop thinking about it. Part of him knows it's risky, but another part is super curious about cracking Wagner's safes. In the end, he decides to do it. He grabs the address she gave him and heads there. When he arrives, Gwendolyn smiles and says, I knew you would come. Then she introduces him to the rest of the crew. Karina Dominguez, a genius hacker. Rolf, the getaway driver, and Brad Cage, the team's gunman. After meeting them, Sebastian is very excited. Then they get right to work. Karina explains the plan. All 3 Wagner safes are owned by a billionaire named Bly Tanaka, and they're spread across different countries. So without wasting any more time, they set off for their first heist, the Rheingold safe in Paris. The scene jumps to the heist in action. According to the plan, Sebastian enters the bank first and quietly slips into the restroom to wait. Gwendolyn comes in next, asking for access to a locker under a fake name. A few minutes later, Karina walks in and starts causing a scene, pulling the staff's attention away from Gwendolyn. With the distraction in place, Gwendolyn slips into the restroom, grabs Sebastian, and leads him to the Rheingold safe. The moment Sebastian lays eyes on it, he's stunned. It's like meeting a celebrity. He even talks to it for a bit, as if it can hear him. Then he gets to work. His hands move with precision, and before long the lock clicks open. Sebastian turns the wheel and boom, he successfully cracks the vault. They celebrate for a second, then start loading up the money. Sebastian hesitates, worried about carrying such a massive amount. But Gwendoline reminds him, this isn't just about the cash. Their true goal is to pull off the impossible. Crack all of Wagner's legendary safes and become legends themselves. Brad sets off one last distraction inside the bank, giving Sebastian the chance to slip out with the cash. The heist is a total success, and for the first time in his life, Sebastian feels confident and fun. Meanwhile, over at France Interpol, officers gather for a meeting. Agent Delacroix studies the details of the Rheingold robbery. He notices something strange. The thieves didn't empty the vault, even though they could have taken all the cash. For these thieves, money isn't important. They want to get famous and become legends by cracking the world's most secure safes. Delacroix suspects their next targets are the other three Wagner safes. So before they can crack them, he plans to arrest them. Back at the crew's hideout, the team celebrates their win. After the party, Sebastian sits down with Gwendoline and they start sharing their past. Sebastian talks about how his obsession with safes made him different from the other kids in his neighborhood. Gwendoline opens up about her life in a rich but troubled family and how she chose to break away and live on her own. But Brad spots Sebastian with Gwendoline. He's not liking it because Gwendoline is his girl. The next day, the crew heads to Prague for their second target, the Valkyrie safe. What they don't know is that Delacroix and his Interpol team are already there, tightening security around the bank. Without being aware of it, they start their plan. Sebastian sneaks inside disguised as a bank employee, while Karina hacks into the system to clear his path. Gwendoline follows closely behind as they move toward the vault. Sebastian and Gwendoline finally reach the vault. They find two officers guarding safe. Gwendoline quickly moves and beats the hell out of those guards, knocking them out. Sebastian is shocked to see this. He was thinking, I need to be careful around her, otherwise she would cook me. Now the path is clear. Sebastian is ready to crack the vault. Outside the bank, Delacroix feeling that something is wrong even though he can't put his finger on it. Trusting his gut, he heads straight to the bank to check vault. But when he reaches the vault, he is in shock. The Valkyrie safe isn't there. He immediately asks, where is Valkyrie's safe? Bank manager says that the safe was moved to another branch for extra security. Realizing he's been guarding the wrong place, Delacroix rushes out with his team, racing to catch the crew before it's too late. Back at the real target, a bank security guard notices strange gaps in the CCTV footage and triggers the lockdown, sealing all the bank's entrances. Now Sebastian and Gwendoline can't escape. The crew quickly switches to Plan B. Brad wears a mask and enters the bank. He shot tranquilizer darts to guard so that he can buy Sebastian and Gwendoline more time. Now Sebastian has to crack the safe fast. He takes a deep breath and slowly moves the dial, but he gets the wrong sequence, and the vault automatically locks the dial in place. Gwendoline asks, what just happened? Sebastian says he has only one more chance. If he gets it wrong again, the vault will be locked forever. Sebastian is stressed. He puts his ear to the safe and starts moving the dial. It clicks and one dial is unlocked. He moves to the second dial and unlocks it as well. Now it's time for last one. Fully focused, he turns the dial, finds the right number, and boom, he cracks the third most secure vault in the world. They both can't believe it. They jump in happiness, hugging each other. Karina immediately tells Brad to escape. They manage to grab the loot, but while running, a security guard shoots Brad in the shoulder. Luckily, he still manages to reach the van. Sebastian and Gwendoline also escape with the crowd from the bank. As they're running, Brad pulls Gwendoline into the van. But when Sebastian gets in, Brad throws him out, leaving him behind for the cops. He did that because he's jealous of Sebastian getting close to Gwendoline. Sebastian realizes they've abandoned him. Before the cops can catch him, he runs away. At the last second, he manages to hop onto a moving train, barely escaping. Even though he feels relief, the sting of betrayal hits him hard. Inside the van, Brad and Gwendoline start arguing. Brad says his actions were justified because they had already planned to leave Sebastian behind after the heist. He adds that there's no point going after the Siegfried safe since they already have billions. But Gwendoline, who has grown to care about Sebastian, gets angry. She jumps out of the van. Brad tries to stop her and even tells her he loves her, but she refuses and walks away. Shortly after, Karina joins her, and they decide to find Sebastian so they can go after the Siegfried safe together. Later, we see Sebastian, and our guy is sad. He's thinking Gwendoline betrayed him. While lost in these thoughts, he reaches home. When he walks in, he finds both Gwendoline and Karina waiting for him. Gwendoline apologizes, saying she didn't know Brad was going to do that. She explains that for Brad and Rolf, the job was only about the money. But for her and Karina, it's about something bigger. They want to become legends by cracking all of Wagner's safes. Gwendoline asks Sebastian for help to crack the third safe, the Siegfried. But Sebastian is like, hell no, I'm not going to do it. He doesn't trust her anymore and worries she might betray him again. But when Gwendoline promises she'll never leave his side, he finally agrees to work with her. So the three of them go to St. Moritz in Switzerland, where the Siegfried safe is kept inside a casino. This time, Delacroix decides to be more careful. Instead of rushing, he plans to wait for the alarms before acting. He really doesn't want to let them get away again. Delacroix and his team hide and watch for 8 hours straight. Finally, they hear a radio call between Karina and Sebastian saying the heist will happen at 5 a.m. Feeling sure about the timing, the agent has rushed into the casino right at 5 a.m. to catch the thieves. But here's the twist. The bank manager tells Delacroix that the safe was already moved an hour and a half earlier. Delacroix asks why she moved the vault. The manager says because someone from Interpol warned them a few hours ago that the vault was about to be robbed. So they moved it quickly to a different place. Delacroix is shocked and says he and his team never gave any warning about a robbery. Then he realizes what happened. Karina tricked them. She let Delacroix's team hear their fake radio message about robbing the bank at 5 a.m. Then she called the bank pretending to be from Interpol and warned them the vault was going to be robbed. So the bank moved the vault onto a truck, and the driver of that truck is Gwendoline. Back at the truck, Sebastian sees the Siegfried safe with its 7 dials. He's really amazed. He's heard stories about this safe for a long time. It feels like his dream is coming true. He starts working on cracking it. Meanwhile, Brad and Rolf are tracking Gwendoline's phone. They want to steal the safe's contents for themselves. Karina, who is still outside, sees them and tries to stop them, but Delacroix's team surrounds her. Just before they catch her, Karina manages to send a warning to Gwendoline about Brad. In the truck, Sebastian finally cracks all 7 locks of the Siegfried safe. The door opens, and both he and Gwendoline smile with relief and excitement. They start filling bags with cash, but then Brad bursts in, aiming a gun at Sebastian. He pulls the trigger, but it just clicks. Gwendoline smirks and tells him she sabotaged his gun earlier because she knew he might try something like this. She pulls out her own pistol, taking control of the situation. Without wasting time, she handcuffs Brad and Rolf to the truck, then drives away with Sebastian, leaving the 2 of them behind. Gwendoline and Sebastian race to the docks and stop beside a small boat. Before getting out, Sebastian blurts out what he's been holding back. He's in love with her. She smiles and kisses him. But then Delacroix shows up, gun in hand, ready to end their escape. Gwendoline doesn't flinch and points her gun back at him. She makes an offer to Delacroix, let the Sebastian go, he's not a criminal, and I'll surrender without any more problem. After a long pause, Delacroix agrees. Gwendoline tells Sebastian to leave, but Sebastian don't want to leave her behind. But she insists him, promising they'll meet again to take on the ultimate safe, the Götterdämmerung. Heartbroken, Sebastian gets on the boat and sails away, determined to see her again. Sometime later, Sebastian is running a small locksmith shop named after Gwendoline. One day, 2 strangers walk in and slide a rolled-up blueprint across the counter. It's a blueprint of Götterdämmerung, the ultimate safe. And they ask, Sebastian, do you want to crack it? Sebastian just smiles, and the movie ends here.